Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I am making a slight tweak in what I was going to review. It's going to be The Beast Within. But I watched this last night and I've just completely forgotten what a good film this is. It must be like nearly 20 years since I've seen this. I think I was a teenager when I saw this. And for some reason, I just never got around to watching it again. There's a lot of buzz when Scream Factory brought this back out. But I just let it fly on by. In one of the Facebook groups, there's buy and sell stuff. We all know there's many of those. And this was being sold for like £14. And I was like, pretty good price for the slip, why not? I was like, I'll pick that up and give it a rewatch, a revisit. And I'd forgotten how good it really was. Rushdie Kundeef, superb job. He balances the kind of old school anthology feel with an up-to-date kind of script and kind of cast who we follow. It's very, very heavy, kind of dripping with racial undertones in this. It's not even trying to hide anything. It's not being subtle. It's all over this, and it's great. We start round with it with the wrap round, and we have these these three street level kind of thugs, and they go to a mortuary house. Mr. Sims, and he has the shit. He has the shit. He has drugs. They've gone to this mortuary to kind of pick up these drugs, kind of kill this guy and take the drugs. And he takes them on a little kind of tale, a little discovery of tales. So we get 4 segments to this. The first one, we have some police brutality where they attack and eventually kill a politician. And there's this young rookie black police officer who's on the scene that doesn't do anything, and he becomes haunted by what he did. Becomes basically an alcoholic, and through one thing and another, there's the resurrection of the politician himself, who comes back to seek revenge against those who killed him. Really, really cool segment. All the segments are really cool. I'm not going to say really, really cool after everyone, because they are so solid. They are so good. Where do we go? The second one. I think the second one was it Munster? I think that's the one with the young boy who is he's being terrorised by a monster, and he's being attacked by this monster. And the school teachers find this, and they start to think that it's the boy's father. And then that's I won't go too much into that one. It's kind of like it unfolds and it plays pretty well. It's really, like I said, all of these are entertaining as hell. The third one, it's down south somewhere. We're looking at a politician, but this time it's a white politician, and he's in like an area where it's a very black orientated population, and he's basically just a racist dick, and he's living in this whole plantation house, which is kind of just making people pissing them off even more. And it's a killer doll segment, kind of pretty much, and it's great. Yeah, very, 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 very cool. And then the last one. This one's a little bit more kind of serious, maybe, like how the tone of it is done. It's about, I won't go into details, it's roughly a guy who's basically is like a hitman. And he sees this one guy he's been after for a long time, kills him, and then gets picked up. He gets attacked at the same time, but the police get him, and then he gets is in jail, and he gets transported to this area basically where they kind of going to do this therapy on him, kind of to try and reform his character. It's a really interesting segment on how that's done. It's it's kind of like, I was gonna say it doesn't fit with the others, but it does. It just has a more serious tone, but like how this is written and how these segments are, and you kind of like, you have the fun quirkiness of the wraparound story, and then there's quirkiness in some stories and seriousness in others, and all the underlying themes are there, and they bring each segment and the whole film, that they bring it down so it's not stupid and silly. It's just the right level of humour in there to make it not a horror comedy. It's just some funny elements. Sims is fantastic. He's in the wraparound. Yeah, we come to the wraparound and we see the demise of these three guys. And yeah, I won't spoil that. I think many, many, many people have watched this, but it's such a good film. It's such a product of its... I was going to say product of its time. No, it's not one of those 90s horror films. It looks great and feels great now, like it could have been made today. Like, sadly, a lot of the elements in here are just as relevant as they were like 24 years ago, 25 years ago. It's like people make noises that there's change, but I think deep down there's still the same shit that goes on. There's still the same equality in many, many areas. Yeah, it's a shame that this film didn't get more credence on its release. It has a cult following. I think it was great that Scream Factory picked this up. When was this? When did they pick it up? Must be a couple of years ago now. I can't see where it says on the back. Shit. No, I can't say. I think it was like a couple of years ago now or something like that. Makes me kind of regret I didn't pick it up earlier. So much fun revisiting this, and kind of pains me to remember like watching, I know it was only last year, but Tales from the Hood 2, and I believe that was Rusty Cundiff again, and it's just such a step down from anything like this. This is such a well-made film. There's no weakness to this for me. It's like Trick or Treat, kind of as an anthology, that there's no weakness to the stories, to the characters, to the wraparound. It's just such a solid anthology. And I mean, you do get good ones that come out, like Southbound's another one. You do get good anthologies now, but then there's a lot of crap which goes around. And it's kind of like, what I like about this, it kind of, although it's like, well, modern to the time of 95, but it feels timeless now. It very much makes me reminisce, and kind of the quality and how the stories are, it kind of brings me to like the Amicus days of anthologies. And fantastic. If you don't have this, pick it up. This is a superb release. If you're in America or Canada, anywhere region 1, or if you're region 3 anywhere else in the world, Scream Factory did a superb job. This looks brilliant. Picture's great. Not too many extras compared to what they do a lot of the times, but doesn't matter. Highly recommend this. That's my review. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you guys next week. Bye bye.